Hello guys, and welcome back to my Rome 2 Total War playthrough series of the Rise of the Republic DLC. Now, one caveat I want to mention straight off the bat is that it's been a while since I've done a recording on this. It's been about 2 months since I've actually played this. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on my channel just to try and explain, because I've actually been away for a little while. So I'm trying to get back into playing this again after a period of about 2 months not playing. So we left off, if I remember correctly, we subjugated Vey up here from the last session. We took their territories, so we got Crissa, and we also got Vey up here, so we subjugated them, which was fantastic. We then had a situation down here that my ally, I can't remember, it's the Hanesi? Or Haneki, they'd been declared war on, and because I was on a defensive alliance with them, I kind of got dragged into a war with them. So we've got the Volkai and the Aquai, and also the Samnites are now involved in this war. So it ended up that down here, that my ally had been basically attacked from the what would you call this? Like the main mountainous peninsula in Italy, and been attacked. So now I'm trying to help my friend out. I've got an army down here, just chilling it alongside the back their capital, which hopefully they can do. And then we're going to try and push down and deal with each of these different factions that have kind of like spilled up. Because right now it's all over the place in terms of what's going off. So we've got the Quay up here, we've got the Volsci, which are moved in as well. We've got the Samnites down here. We're kind of split off in terms of allies. I'd like to have some kind of connection. If I could take the cities, that'd be even better. But if I can kind of move down this way and kind of finish off the Samnites and kind of spread my army all the way down. The Campania down here, the Campania, is actually apparently a really good area to have. So I want to make sure I get that kind of done. But I've got a few things I've got to do beforehand. So we got technologies to finish off. I'm just trying to think what would be a good technology to aim down and go for, because there's quite a lot. Like there's morale here for all my units, which was really good. That'd be 2 turns. We've got some agent stuff. We've got some replenishment rates. I'm just trying to think what I've not really done yet, because there's certain things that I feel like you have to do in terms of tech, and there's other things that you don't. Now, food would be a good thing. It's going to take 4 turns, but I think I want to get the morale. Morale seems to be like the big one right now that I've not really done. So if I get morale, and then I can maybe focus on getting some of these, I don't know. But it leaves us in a very good position. I want to see what happens here this turn. I've got not much money. There's not much income coming in the moment in terms of my units. Now, I do have some units being recruited up here just to try and defend my northern border. Because, again, I've only got 4 settlements at the moment, which is a bit of a worry. Now, if I move a bit closer, will I get dragged into this? I'm just not too sure. So let's just move to here. I want to be close enough to my ally so I can help them out if they get attacked from behind. But we'll see what happens in terms of this, because there were these armies around that I was kind of concerned about in terms of what they're going to do. Because there's another army here, and I don't want them to try and take these settlements. That's why I was kind of like hedging my bets, being quite close, so I could run and go back to Ostia if need be. But we'll have to wait till next turn. See what goes on there. Conflict of the Orders. Okay, so criminal gangs are running rampant, bringing chaos to the streets of Rome. However, dealing with the problem is not as simple as it may first appear, as the gang is rumoured to be under the protection of a patrician from the prominent gens, and thus beyond the law. The plebs are in great distress and threaten successio, which basically means succession, I think. Basically kick us out. Or revolution, I guess. The plebs are clearly overreacting. This must be misguided brutes. Talk with the patricians, use force, and appease them with a speech. I'm going to talk with the patricians, just to say, hey, what the hell's going on, guys? This is ridiculous. Okay, so Anatium's been taken back, which is good. So they've actually got their main city. This is what's I think my ally's main city to begin with. And then that kind of fell apart. So we've got the construction port, which is done. So we've got all these things that have just been built in the turn. We've got Roma trouble population, which I've got to sort out. I've just done all the quartermasters, so the recruitment's done here, which is good. This fleet did not move, which is, again, fantastic. We do have some more fleets that are out in the bouts on the coast area. We've got 3 here, actually, plus this one. I want to try and see if I can move my army to take this settlement, if possible. And just try and be a kind of like buffer between my ally and the Samnites. Although the Samnites haven't really done too much yet. So I think the best idea is if I can try and take this settlement, we can just take this straight away. We don't have to worry about too much on that one. So let's just go. Boom. We can subjugate them, or we can raise it, or we can just occupy, which I'm just going to do occupy. I feel that that's a kind of a good state to be in at the moment. So we've taken Antigona. Agnic. Name pronounced is never my thing, but it's got wine. You know, that's the main thing. So that actually gives me a very good tradable resource, wine. Because there is resources in the game that actually are very useful. So if you look on the, I think the street overlay map, you've got different settlements have like sometimes special stuff. So this settlement has wine. There's a couple more. There's another one up here that's got marble. There's one here that's got timber. So controlling certain settlements are more prized than others, especially when it comes to trade. So I want to make sure I try and make sure I get my hands on these when possible. I'm going to move my army down towards Ostia, just to see if I can... Actually, no, I can't. That's why. Yeah, I was actually going to move my army, but I realised I can't really do that because this army is keeping the peace in Vey at the moment because they're still... Actually, I can move them down to here, though. Yeah. So they're keeping the peace in Vey at the moment, so I'll move them close enough to be able to help out if need be. But we should be okay for now, and I will move my my veteran here to where could I go? I guess I could just jump in the army and try and just do some training because I feel that's a good option for my veteran there. And then I've got my patrician just chilling out here, trying to improve the loyalty, which he is doing because even if I took this army out, it's still going up by 2. But right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in terms of public order penalties. So I've got -8 from slaves, -2 from cultural difference, and -3 from building squalor. So I've got to try and get that up. And plus, I do have a building that's not being used, which does actually it's not very useful. So what I was going to do, this is the altar of Ceres. So what does this give? Land influence, food. Okay, that's not too bad. So I guess we could... So I was trying to figure out what's the best option to take when putting buildings in settlements, because it's like, do I go for another military one and get a field of Mars? But then trying to remember what happens this game is a bit hard because I think that, yeah, there's only one chain of buildings to go down. So maybe a practice field might be a good one to get. Because this one doesn't have anything special right now. Plus, it's not getting any tax off it because I'm trying to get the public order a bit higher. So it might be worth just to get a field of Mars. Or get the canals in there and get the sanitation up. We'll get the canals. I feel that's a good option. Get the canals in there, gets the public order a bit better, and then I can eventually start taxing the hell out of this because right now it's exempt from tax. So I'm not getting any income from it, which is a bit awkward because that's half my settlements again, not getting anything. But let's move on to next turn and see how this goes. We do have this though as well, so I just need to remember to change these buildings around. I also do have a tradition that I'm not... See, this is the thing I always seem to forget. It's like, oh, there's a tradition here that you need to do. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Native unit combat, relentless force. I think this one, indomitable infantry. That's super good because I've got quite a lot of melee infantry right now. So, okay, we're done. There's not really much I can build right now. I need some more income. Hopefully that won't come bite me in the ass, but we'll see. Good, good. So the research is complete, which is great. Subversion has been happened in... So we actually have a... someone's down here. Oh, looks like we've got a veteran. Conflict of orders. So in different patricians. So this was, for all political parties, is +1. It's fine, but the plebs have gone happy, which is great. So that's actually not too bad. That's kind of helped everyone. That's kind of eased the tension a little bit between both sides, which is great. The patricians haven't really had anything done against them, and the plebeians have been satisfied in the terms that I've had a word with the patricians to go, hey, come on, guys, sort this out. Technology, so let's get into that. Income's something I'm suffering right now. So I feel, oh no, public order, shall I say. So let's see if we can find a tech which would give me maybe a little boost in terms of public order right now. I don't think there is one. No. Okay, that's a bit awkward. Get culture conversion, which is fine. We've got ranks, again, culture conversion. I might want to try and see if I can head down here, because this gives me the Shrine of Jupiter, which gives this, that's the next tier in Temple. So let's get this one. Let's get the Jupiter, Optimus, and Maximus. That's a good thing to get my hands on too. We've got this building over. I didn't actually get any negatives from this, which is good. So let's get a... this has got wine. Wine gives commerce, so I definitely want to try and make this a commerce area. So if I get this meeting place, I can then change this into a trader, and then the trader will give me more trade from commerce, which would be good. Or I could do the public order on it if I want, which would be good. And then this needs changing around anyway. So let's just dismantle that. For a turn, we should get some more income, and then we can see what we can build there. And then looks like my enemy isn't doing too well up here. They've got a bit of food problems up in the north. I definitely want to deal with this stupid... Oh wow, he actually is very strong. He's the same level. He's got a higher authority, but he's got lower in terms of cunning and the same level of zeal. So I don't know if I'll be able to... No, okay, I won't be able to deal with him just yet. So that's a bit awkward. I think that's it for now. Got another army down here. Looks like my friends aren't doing too well either. They're getting attrition as well, so I guess they haven't got much food. What have they got? Yeah, they're a bit... yeah, they've got no real food buildings, so they're not getting food. That's funny. Yeah, stupid idiots. Okay, so we had the Volkai actually, or the Volsi, land and try and take this settlement, which is funny because I moved out my army into there, so they actually didn't do that. Conflict of order, publishing, grumbling. Oh, okay, so they've... No. That's a bit awkward. That's very awkward indeed. Yeah, that would be not very... I'll have to deal with that at some point. I guess it's a chain of events. So they seemed very happy to begin with, but now they're not. So that's a bit of a awkward bummer there. But look if I get ahead of my army there. So this army managed to defend quite well. The general can be nicely promoted. They still have got another army here off the coast, but that's fine. I could deal with them at some point. They'll probably just get taken out by someone, and that'll be them destroyed. The course had been completely destroyed as well. Got some construction which has been done, and then we had another subversion attempt by that damn veteran that's just chilling around my lands. We do also have this, so it probably may be a good idea to get... do I want to get another temple in here? Yeah, it might be a good idea. If we get a temple, I think that would kind of help in most cases with everything going off, just to balance that out, because we want to make sure that my Latin is getting more stronger and more prominent, because these guys are Italian, even though it's weird that we are Italian in the sense of that we're in Italy. There's this like a subculture group here, which you've got like main Italians, but we're Latin of Italians, which is a bit different. Okay, so we've gone down fine there. I do want to try and take these guys out at some point, but right now we're in a bit of a situation that I'm gonna have to try and bring them down. So if I move to here and I try and hide, maybe I might be able to draw them out, and I can ambush them, but we'll see. Because they could walk right round and take it, or they could just run straight through and I ambush them, but we'll see. I do have some more dosh I could spend. Have we got any more settlements I can really do anything with right now? Not really. So we will see what we can do in most cases here right now. Now I think that's it for this turn. I think we're in a good position, so we'll call that turn there. Hey, that's kind of cool. We had a fleet that got engaged off my coast. They've got... I don't know if they got destroyed. Yeah, they're dead. Nice. So the enemy fleet had withdrawn, but they was destroyed in the process. That's good. So now we've kind of dealt with that faction, which is fantastic. I now need to... These guys didn't pull back, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest, because I would have liked them to come down and try and attack the settlement, but they're kind of having issues with public order by the looks of it right now. So I want to see if I can get a spy, which I can't do right now, which is a bit awkward and difficult to deal with. I do have a lot of problems with public order in my main settlement as well, which is not going too well. So let's let me, what can I get here? This gives me a public order, but gets rid of some food. This would give me some more public order. I'm going to get a patrician. And the reason for that is that I want to be able to get Rome on a good footing, because if you have a settlement in too much of a negative way, they actually do generate some bad effects on top of it. So I do get less of a... There's like stages of public order that they do less stuff, so they'll produce less income per turn, and they'll be... there's a lot of negatives that kind of come associated to a settlement not being happy. So it doesn't help. So you want to keep it below a certain threshold, otherwise it you get all these extras. You can see here, trouble populace, you lose growth rate and you lose tax, which is something that you want to try and keep your population happy at all times, which is I could try and do, I guess, with one of my families. If possible, declare gather support, influence your own parties, okay, loyalty. So there's not much I can do at the moment. I was hoping I could kind of send like organize the games or something, but right now it seems a bit difficult. So I'm just kind of like waiting out and see what I can do. There isn't much going on down south, which is fantastic. So my allies everyone's kind of stuck in a weird situation. So no one's being pressed to do anything that they don't want to, which is fine. Okay, we've got the research done. Fantastic. So that's nice. What does that leave me open to now once that research done? So I get a adopt and adapt, which is good. So religious buildings and conversion. In Vino Veritas, which gives introduction, celebration, festival of vanilla in all provinces, +1 rank to all spies recruited in provinces, and 1+1 public order. That seems like a good thing to have. It's going to take 3 turns. It's only +1, but I feel like it's the best thing at the moment that I have access to, which gives me, you know, in a position to deal with that. Because, yeah, public order, even though, again, it adds up over time. So it's something you do want to make sure you do get. So we'll get that one. 3 turns. I can live with that. We've got some more factions destroyed. And these armies still aren't coming down. I wish I could see what's going off up there. So I might send my veteran just to check out and go, hey, what's the deal? Because unless I spy on them, I can't really see what's going off. Let's try and see if we can, because I want to see how much damage. Yeah, these units are getting absolutely tromped. So it might be worth just go up and siege them, because I can imagine, yeah, their garrison is absolutely just filtered down to the even though they've got a full stack of units, I'll bet a lot of their units will be very much kind of like disorganized. So it might be worth just to move up and siege this, because of how much damage they're taking. So if I kind of move up to here, I want to see if I can kind of drag them out a little bit. So let's go to here. We're in the height of summer, so we're not going to get an attrition from winter. But I want to try and get up to there and see that settlement before they have a chance to react. So we'll just do that. What we got down here? So we've got quite a bit of money, which is good. Public order is shit. To put it bluntly, it's crap. There's not a lot going off right now. I'm trying to increase it the best I can do. I mean, I could do food and games, which would increase public order, which would be better than this conversion cost, because I feel like we're in a good position. So let's get the public order in there, and we'll do the same in Rome, because I feel like we need just the extra public order right now. The tax is great, but it's just awkward, and I want to be able to get these guys in taxed, because if I can do... Yes, there we go. It gives me more income per turn. These guys are not very happy, so let's just... drop you down to no tax. That should hopefully drop you a bit better. If I can take this settlement, it'd be good. And then I can kind of like move this army along and deal with them. But we'll see what happens next turn. Maybe this army might come down and attack me. We'll see.